Doesn't it seem like fun, guys? Aren't you jealous?
Even though I'm not gonna be able to use any of this. Can I mic you for like the 4 words you're gonna say? It's kind of
Who bangs harder? He does.
He does. Thank you, sir. And I'll give that to you wherever you would like to put it.
Okay, I'll put it right up the old keister.
Perfect place for it. Very safe.
Where I hide a lot of stuff. This is my second day working on pieces.
Just to straighten them.
Just to straighten them out, exactly. It just takes a long time. It's like a long process, you know? Straightening it out and then making it look nice. It's a lot of work.
There must be some forms of, I'm going to call them dimples or cellulite that can't be taken out. Or let me figure out how to phrase that question and then I'll get back to you in a little bit.
It had really bad running boards, yes. Really, really bad.
Were any of them salvageable or are these completely new?
I think just this section right here, probably.
Yeah, part of it's,
Because this lip was made,
yeah, I think we made this.
and then this part right
We
here.
kept like some of the edges as reference points, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the center. So that's why this is kind of heavily warped because we stitch welded it together.
Got it.
So
It is quite impressive the amount of original metal that you've managed to maintain on this car.
yeah,
I mean, it's been a lot of work, and it's certainly a lot more time than simply just like having a new piece or just a factory whatever kit, which wouldn't have worked on this car anyways. But it is quite impressive how much new and old.
I try to just use as much of the old as reference because you sometimes think, okay, well, it's better than building some kind of buck and building it from scratch. If you just have reference points and you can just patch in pieces, sometimes. This car was special because nothing just fits it. You can't, it's completely changed.
Well, and that's what's so impressive about this car is that there's even the parts that you did end up like buying the new hood or the side panels. Nothing on this car is close to an actual factory one.
No,
so it's.
But
it's
the
impressive
areas
the
where
amount
it
of
all
work.
mounted to and everything, that's kind of the same position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
where
the
the fenders
shapes.
met and all that stuff. But it didn't have this bead going along here, you know? And it didn't have, this bead now goes around the whole entire car and matches along the whole bottom. You know, before it was just cut
Yeah.
off. You know, there was no kind of beauty line or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So that's why we added this on. The running boards were, the edges were kind of similar to this, but like I said, there was no nice finish to it. And then right here, I remember
It was just cut. It didn't
it was just
have
cut
this,
and you could see
yeah,
down
this
to the
didn't have
floor.
This flange in
Yeah.
particular. Yeah.
And if the door was closed,
You just.
you literally saw the ground. Well, it's just like little indentations or, you know, an area where the weld didn't completely fill in, so there's like a little crease or something, so I weld them up.
And then you file them down to be the same level as the rest of the
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The cellulite you're always referring to, I mean, sometimes you're stuck with that. You know what I mean?
Yes, believe me, I know. Would it be safe to say that the reason you're all spending so much time with these imperfections is because it is going to be seen in bare metal first?
Exactly. You can get rid of all this, but it's just a fucking long process, you know?
Really?
Like, he could be on it for fucking a week straight. Like, Alex has been on that fender for like a week and a half. Just one fender.
I mean, I've been here, so I've been able to witness the amount of time, but it's to some extent, because you still see some minor imperfections, which I
Right.
just assumed is just like, you can only get it to a certain degree before you're going to have to do some kind of Bondo or something like
Yeah,
that.
like you could get up to 90%, 95. Let's say it, you know?
Yeah.
Then the 5% would be Bondo. We try to make it as perfect as we can, so the least filler we use, the
Yeah,
better it is.
Of
you know?
course.
And try to keep it all 100% fucking metal work, but
That's,
you can't. There's no way we can. You know, on some parts we have to take the time to do that, like the headlights, you know, like Alex,
yeah.
because that's the front of the fucking car. You know, I think these should have a lot of time in them because they're running boards. People are gonna step on them, or just probably Tim, and you know, and it's something that you see, but other parts, I guess.
Yeah.
And then there's other parts in the car that we can't do anything about, like that we're gonna have to add filler because of all the lead, and we can't weld on top of the lead.
Yeah.
So. And if we were to melt all that lead off, it's pretty bad. Like I thought I melted a hole. I did it on purpose, like by where the door handle is, and it ended up being like this fucking big. So I had to replace that whole piece.
Because you thought that it was lead?
It looked like a little bit of lead. It looked like a fucking, just a hair. Like,
And was it more lead than you thought that it was?
yeah. As soon as I
Okay.
passed the torch on, it just went like all over the fucking place.
And that's how you, an easy way to say it, that's how you know that it's lead because of how it responds to heat.
Yeah, it just melts right away.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's soft. Like,
Got it.
that's how they use. That was their form of Bondo back in the day.
Got it.
Before that was, I guess, created.
Doesn't this also start to get really thin after you work, like you're trying to like even it out, but you think that grinding away at it
Yeah,
is-
but that's why we use the heat method, and then we wet it to make it stronger. You know, so we're heating up the area, we're loosening up the molecules, and we're banging them around, bringing them in close. You know what I mean? And then you wet it, and then it stiffens it. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like,
There's way more science involved in some
In
of
metal.
this that I didn't know.
It sucks though, because you got to fit all this back up to see if anything changed when you heated it and
Yeah.
shrank it, and make sure it all bolts up the same. Pull it apart, do it again, put it back together. When you're aiming for perfection, if we were gonna Bondo this car, just slap filler on it and fucking paint it right away, this would be totally fine.
And that's what
I'd
I was
quit.
actually asking Brian earlier was, is part of the reason why you're spending so much time on this metal because Tim will see it in bare metal first. How much more time would you say you are spending on this car versus your other builds just on getting the metal to a presentable state?
A lot. Like how many
5 times
hours?
more.
I don't know.
right? Like, fuck.
Like,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot more hours. Yeah.
would you say that it's roughly double the amount of time that you would spend on any other car or more?
Double. Because on another car, all my customers are always anxious to
Get it painted,
get it done, painted,
yeah.
over with, and drive out. You know what I mean? No one appreciates
Yeah.
this part of it,